The next few episodes of the OCD Confessional are going to be very special. We got to go to the International OCD Foundation's Global OCD Conference in Seattle, Washington. So we decided to set up a little booth and let the attendees come confess the wildest things their OCD has made them do. We'll also have a couple of episodes coming up with leadership from the IOCDF and a couple of other fun surprises along the way. We hope you enjoy.
I'm Alicia.
And I'm Liam. We both have OCD, and instead of spiraling alone, we decided to turn our symptoms into a podcast. You're welcome.
Here, we overshare real stories, laugh through the anxiety, and talk to actual experts who can explain why your brain keeps asking, what if I accidentally marry my cousin?
Whether your thing is hand washing, mental rituals, or just silently panicking during normal conversations, congrats. You have found your people.
This is a safe place, unless you're an intrusive thought, in which case, get in line, buddy. We're booked.
So grab a weighted blanket, cancel your plans for the 5th time, and let's dive in. This is the OCD Confessional.
And yes, we did check this recording 4 times before uploading it.
Well, this is a very different episode for us here on the OCD Confessional. We are live at the International OCD Foundation's Global Conference, OCD Conference, in Seattle, Washington. So you and I are in person.
I got on a plane, you guys.
What did I text you when you said, hey, I'm getting on the plane?
You said it was nice knowing you.
I did. I said it was nice knowing
and
you.
I said, good luck with the booth because I have all the decor with me. So you're going to be a sad, lonely man with a bare booth.
It would have been a totally bare booth, and I would have been sad, but we would have made our way through.
You would
somehow,
have been that
some
sad,
way.
though.
I would have been very sad. You know what? You're trying to find out how sad I would have been. She's trying to get
Would you
reassurance.
have cried, though, Liam?
I actually would have cried.
You would cry
yes.
if I died?
Of course I would cry if you died. It would be 3 or 4 tears.
Well, you guys will have to tell me. Okay, so we are super excited. We're going to do some little interviews here, and we have the beautiful Mia Mason, who wrote Worry's Whispers, and I want to dive into that with you.
Yeah.
But first, we start every episode off with a confession. Is there something you'd like to confess today?
Okay, I would not like anything on Instagram at all up until about 3 years ago.
Why?
Because I have morality OCD, so I'd get really nervous that somehow me liking my friend's post would, what if this ends up being something bad or whatever.
Right,
Which,
and there's evidence that you actually
that I
liked it.
but at the same time, it's I understand that's not logical, but
Right.
I was it felt very real. So now I have an Instagram, which is insane. So, and I post to it, which is still really hard for
Yes.
me. Being recorded is so scary for me.
Right now?
Yeah. Oh, I'm terrified.
Aw.
But I'm happy to be here with you guys, and I feel like
Yeah.
this is a great place to kind of
safe.
do that. So I'm excited about it, but I'm also oh my gosh.
Yeah.
We love making people terrified.
Yes.
It's my favorite thing to do. Wait, so just to go back on the
Yeah.
Instagram thing, would it be your friend was in a picture in a bikini or something?
No.
Are you worried
Just
morally
anything.
that was
It
wrong?
could be probably that would be more extreme, not necessarily that example, but it could be a picture of dogs. And I'm well, what if, that dog is not ethically bred? Or something, you know what I mean? Just
I mean, it kind of explains
Yeah.
why none of my friends like my post.
but I want to post, and I do now, and I post on Instagram, so
Yeah.
it's awesome.
No,
But,
I get that. It's the thoughts that happen right before you go to post
Yeah.
that keeps it. You're well, but could it be, I don't know, is this going to come back to me, bite me in the butt?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Alicia definitely worries with our post that people are going to take offense to it somehow.
I do.
Yeah.
Or in our
Well,
episodes, we've
especially in
asked.
the world we live in now, I find people will find offend. I posted something with my husband walking ahead of me too fast, and the negative post replies that I got.
Oh,
with
everyone
that,
told you get a divorce.
It was insane what people will dissect and think that they know in an 8-second video.
Yes.
So yes,
Yes.
I understand that.
And
Fear.
the power of clicking the like button is interesting because, for me, it's been with anything involving children dying.
Oh, yeah.
Because one
You
of
won't
my
like it.
big obsessions is,
Same.
my kids are going to die.
Yeah.
And so, if there's a movie where a kid dies, or there's a trailer for some new project and it has to deal with the death of children,
Yeah.
I just cannot interact with it.
Yeah,
and I'll
totally.
ignore it. Now I'm trying to engage with stuff because it's an exposure.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Love that.
Good for you.
So tell us about Worry's Whispers.
Okay, yes. So Worry's Whispers
Do
is
you want me to take over now? Is your hand getting
My hand's getting cramped.
Worry's Whispers is a collection of illustrated poems. It's not like an autobiography of myself, like strictly, but it's based on my very real experience with OCD and anxiety and related disorders. Yeah, it follows the main character, Drew. And at the beginning of it, she's like very isolated, alone, struggling, but she doesn't really know what this kind of thing is that she's struggling with. And how we see this is kind of through her journal and her writings and her drawings that kind of create like this narrative arc. And then she does something really brave, which is she asks for help. And then she is able to find an anxiety specialist from that and the right kind of treatment, and kind of discovers like this thing she's been dealing with her entire life is OCD, and it has a name. And then kind of, you know, as we keep going through it, we're seeing like still like a lot of struggle and stuff, but so much resilience within that struggle. And then by the end, we have like this character we're really kind of rooting for. And it breaks out into like therapy sessions that are like a graphic novel. And it kind of gives a high-level education of like what OCD is, like what treatment kind of looks like, or some options for it. But yeah, it's really cool.
When did OCD first show up for you?
Oh, probably when I was in kindergarten. I used to be really, really worried about, this is funny. This is good about people like doing like kidnapping. Like, so I was really worried that somebody's gonna break into my house or that I was gonna be kidnapped, like to the point where like I would not leave my parents like at all, like, or like wouldn't, like in public would always be like holding their hand, like really like a lot. But the funny one I was gonna say is I was also worried that I was gonna get abducted by aliens. Because a little boy read a book to me about aliens, and I just think that's very funny, like, which I guess could still happen. I mean,
I was gonna say, still worry about being abducted by aliens.
But then that is what kind of like went to the kidnapping and then all of that, and then I just kind of always had like worries like that were like really intense and like attached to me. Like I felt more so than other people, and then I don't like to do the wrong thing. Like that makes me very stressed. But that's kind of always been a theme in my life. I just didn't know that this was like an OCD like thing, because it's not portrayed, you know, very well in media. There's
a lot of misinformation, right? About being neat and clean and
and that's what I really wanted to do with my book, is kind of show like these non-stereotypical OCD stories and themes. So this book does cover quite a few themes that I've myself kind of experienced, and then that I've had, you know, the honor of being a part of like support groups and stuff, and kind of gotten that. Of course, it's not their story, but I've just got insight. And you know,
it's incredible.
Everybody who has OCD, it's like same concept, different content. You know,
absolutely.
So, but I wanted to give that kind of representation across the board, but it's very tied closely to myself. Yeah.
I love that. Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Do you want to share a little something from your book?
Sure.
You wanna read a poem?
Yeah, I'll read a poem.
Ooh, I love that.
That's so fun. Let's see.
Did you illustrate it?
Oh yes, I illustrated it as well. Yeah.
Those are great.
Thank you so much. It was a very big accomplishment.
While you're searching for the poem you
Here we
want to
go.
read, where
Yeah.
can people get this?
Amazon. That's
Okay.
the best thing. And then I also have Instagram. A lot of
your
fun
Instagram
stuff.
handle?
Worries Whispers, or Worries_Whispers.
Awesome.
Excellent.
But yes, I'm gonna show this.
Show 'em. Look at this, guys.
It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Are you hard on yourself when you draw?
Yeah.
My son is an artist, and
Yeah.
he's incredibly talented, but
Yeah.
when he starts,
That was a big challenge in the book. I kept starting over, which is why it took me so long to kind of get the concept together, because I was like, no, I don't like this. This isn't right.
yeah.
But then once I like let that go, and I was like, okay, let's just get one version of this done. That's when like things started to kind of click and
Amazing.
and stuff. But yeah.
Let's
Okay.
hear it.
So this is infected with a question. When I wake up to the sound of my alarm, my first thought almost always is, does my throat hurt? I swallow to see. It's a little scratchy. I swallow again and I trace the pain that runs down the left side of my throat with my finger. It hurts. Panic sets in. I become infected with a question. Why is where it all begins. Allergies, virus, infection, something more serious, cancer, a mystery illness with no cure. I ignore unopened messages from my friends asking if I'm coming today. I urgently need answers from search engines to see when there are any mentions of when I'll be dead. My search history reads like a medical journal. I click the same purple links that I always reread just in case I missed something. I read and reread the phrase, the most common cause, but I need to know the cause. I swallow again. This time it really hurts. I start to sweat. Do I have a fever? Search. What is considered a fever? Typical body temperature is 98.6, but varies slightly. Can no one give me a straight answer? I don't need to read anymore. Now I need to act. I take my temperature again and again, as if my memory is being wiped clean in between each beep. Why don't I believe what the numbers read? I feel the tears start to well up as a familiar sensation of frustration. You would think it would get boring, the same old story. The question why must be a viral infection, because it seems my brain has no immunity to this question.
Wow, that's so good.
So good.
And
That's
you know
so
I'm
relatable.
like relating hard to
Yes.
this because I have health OCD.
Me too, yes.
And the
Same.
number of times I've
Yeah.
diagnosed myself with cancer, AIDS, you name it.
Yeah.
And it's exactly something like that, like this little thing where you're
Yeah.
like, oh, it's that in my throat. And for most people, they'd go, oh, yeah, I have a little scratchy throat, or maybe I ate something odd.
Yes.
For us, it's a full-blown
I'm like
crisis.
90% of the time terrified that I have strep throat.
Yeah.
Like, and I don't want to give it to anybody. So that's like the moral, like
Moral
kind
part.
of. So I have like it intersects.
Yeah.
Sometimes, yeah. And then this is like the thermometer,
Oh,
right?
that's so
It's like
cool.
smoking.
That's so great.
So yes, used to do that quite a
Oh,
bit.
there's no worse reading than 98.9.
Thank you. Thank
right?
you.
98.9
Thank you.
is a terrible
It's
reading
a
because you're like, well, it's
horrible
not
reading.
98.6, and so maybe I do have a fever.
I'm really happy you picked up on that because that is like one of those little things that I was like, what's like the worst one that I could think of to put on
98.9.
there? So that's really cool to hear that like
And also, it's
you
an,
were like
odd,
relating.
it's an
Yeah.
odd number on the decimal
Yeah.
place. Oh, God. Terrible in
Yes.
every way. Just one thing before you go.
Yeah.
You've come a long way in your OCD. What intervention have you found most helpful, and kind of what would you recommend to someone listening to help themselves get to that place?
Yeah. I mean, there's so many options, right? And everything is, different for everybody and kind of what works for you and what kind of clicks. For me, I did a lot of acceptance and commitment therapy, like ACT. So I really like that kind
That's
of.
what I need to do.
Yeah. Which is. I mean,
It's been
like-
helpful.
yeah, it's very, very good because I'm exposed quite a bit just in life.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's a cool thing, but yeah. So I did that, and I really like that, like kind of chasing your values and really like again like doing things to make your world bigger, in despite of like that anxiety, because for so long my world was so small.
Yeah, and I'm sure it is for a lot of people listening. So
Yeah.
you are a testament to what is possible. You're on the
Thank
other
you,
side
thank
doing
you.
the hard thing.
Yes, and I also wanted to say like if I can do it, like you can do it, because I really, really never dreamed that I'd be able to do this.
Yeah.
So.
Look at you.
Yes,
Congratulations.
Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Mia.
Thank you.
Appreciate
It's
you
so
coming
nice.
on.
Yes,
I
thanks
wish
for having
you
me.
all the best with the
Thank you so
book.
much.
Yeah.
And this is for you guys.
Oh, thank
Yes.
you. Go get
Yes.
Worries Whispers, everybody.
Thank you.
Okay, so we are with Jackie and Kirk, this beautiful young couple.
Yay.
We met them actually across the way. They have a booth, and you guys are here with.
The National Pandas Pans Youth Alliance.
Okay, tell us a little bit about that.
It is a 501c4 youth-led nonprofit advocacy organization for Pans Pandas that I started. And Pans Pandas is basically like the neuroinflammatory or like autoimmune version of OCD, basically. OCD is a hallmark symptom of it. Also includes cognitive decline, chronic fatigue, motor decline, motor tics, anxiety, depression, all that stuff. So, and I started this nonprofit because I've had this disorder since I was 4 years old.
You had strep, and then you woke up the next day with OCD. Is that
Yeah.
essentially what happened?
That's basically, what happened was, I got a strep throat infection, and 2 weeks later, a switch flipped in my brain, and my immune system started attacking my basal ganglia, which is a core brain area involved in OCD. It's responsible for motor function, cognition, and emotional regulation. And so when this area gets inflamed, all of those functions get distorted, and that leads to OCD, and a bunch of the other things that I mentioned, all those other symptoms.
Yeah.
And we initially saw it like a psychological route of diagnosis, and realized that what they told us was probably not what was going on. They thought that I had OCD, Tourette syndrome, and also intellectual disability, and said that I wouldn't make it through second grade in public school. My parents did not. My parents thought that was bullshit, and we sought the medical route and figured out that my immune system was attacking my brain. So then I got medical treatment for it, like IVIG infusion for it, and totally good. And then a few years ago, actually, up until a few years ago, I was totally fine, and then all of a sudden I guess over time I started getting more OCD. And I didn't even realize it. It was very like intrusive thoughts. It was like pedophile OCD, harm OCD, the most gnarly things that anyone can think of.
Yeah.
And it was also very ego dystonic, very against who I was. And also I also had moral OCD. And so I was obsessed with morals and doing the right thing. And eventually I just couldn't take it anymore. And knowing that I could potentially end up in a psych ward, I just admitted what was going on in my head to my dad. And he told me, it was actually over my first beer.
Oh.
Yeah, we were in San Diego, we were at my grandparents' house, we were drinking a beer, and it was my first beer ever. It was an IPA, it was disgusting. It was horrible. And then
IPAs are really good.
it was horrible. And then he was like, son, this is just OCD.
I can't believe.
And I don't know how he knew that, because he works in tech. He's like Silicon Valley tech guy. Like, how do you know about mental health? Like, what?
Yeah.
Thank goodness.
And so thank goodness. So I rediscovered that I had basically OCD, and then we did testing for infections. And what do you know? I have Babesia, might have Lyme disease, might have Bartonella, might have strep again, and then also different pneumonia, like a bunch of viruses. Like I have
Inflammation.
yeah, exactly. So basically, I once again realized that like I have PANDAS and PANS, like neuroinflammation, and that's what's causing my OCD. And for my main confession, the weirdest thing that I've ever done, I think, is after I started initially getting treated, it's been an absolute journey. A month after I started getting treated, I was still in very bad shape, and my harm OCD basically got like re-triggered, and I started getting very extreme thoughts about, hurting other people, hurting myself. And then this thought occurred to me: if I keep living, I'm responsible for all death, which means that I need to end my life to save everyone else from dying.
No.
And so I was like, all right, like I'm not gonna like fall for that. Like I'm strong. Like I know this is OCD, and I'm like, all right, so like if lightning strikes the street right by my dorm, then that means this is true. So I look outside to see if lightning struck. And then,
Thank God it didn't.
Bro. But honestly, I'm too selfish. I wouldn't have ended my life.
You wouldn't be able to be on the OCD confessional.
I wouldn't be on this
lightning
confessional,
struck. Yeah.
honestly, yeah. So, you know what, if that's the case, I don't really care.
What is that called when you're like, okay, if I do that,
Magical
that means
thinking.
That's the magical
That's
thinking.
I think
I
that's
do that a
magical
lot.
thinking, yeah.
I always say like,
Yeah.
if this shows up right now, I'm going to close my eyes and open them.
That's the scariest, because sometimes
Sometimes
it happens, and you're like,
no, what does that mean? It's like, what? Wait, and then I'll be like, okay, I'm going to do it again. If it happens again, then it must be. Oh man, that's crazy.
That's rough. And you're here with your girlfriend, Jackie.
Yeah.
So what brings you here? You also struggle with OCD. So what's your confession?
Yeah, so I'm here with Kirk. I also have OCD. I was diagnosed when I was 16. I'm 21 years old right now. been coping with it ever since. I'm also currently in undergrad for psychology, so I want to go the clinical psych route. So I'm here to learn as well, to like connect and, you know, build community with people who are like me. What's my confession? I have a lot of different things that I could say right now. I think I'm going to go the funny route. I think the funniest thing I've ever done, looking back, wasn't so funny in the moment, was I didn't eat for 2 days because I thought that everybody in my life was trying to poison me. But for some reason, there was one singular thing that I could consume in those 2 days that I thought was poison-free and safe, and it was an iced matcha latte with coconut milk, with coconut milk from Starbucks. And that was all
Only
I
from
ran on
Starbucks?
for like 48 hours. It might have been longer than 2 days.
Wait, so
I don't even know.
how many did you have in 48 hours?
Like probably like 6. Like I was in and out of Starbucks. I'm so serious.
Starbucks
and this
is
was like in
profiting
high
off
school.
of OCD.
That's so funny.
So, just a word of warning to Kirk that if at any point she's like, "Hey, could you test this food for me?" She's trying to see. You're like, you know, wasn't it in like the royal court?
Well,
They have
honestly,
someone that would test the food.
As long as I don't have to pay for it, it's fine. You know?
Get a free
That's
macchiato
an
out of it.
expensive couple of days.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
And where are you both with it now?
So I think I'm doing a lot better than I was at that time. That was, I think, like 4 or 5 years ago now. During that time, I started doing ERP, exposure response prevention therapy, as well as like CBT combined. Currently, I'm out of that, and I just kind of do like talk therapy. And recently, I did EMDR, which was like
Yeah, how'd that go?
life-changing for me. I'm a very skeptical person, so I went into it with a lot of doubts. I was like, I don't think you're going to bring up something from my childhood. I don't think this is going to work. And then within like 10 minutes of EMDR, I was like crying.
need to do it.
I was seeing things from when I was like 2 years old that I couldn't even remember before. I was seeing things that never even happened.
Wow.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience. But overall, I think I'm doing a lot better with it. I've worked on myself a lot, and I think the biggest, lesson that I've learned has just been, instead of trying to, ward off OCD and think of it as, a bad thing that's ruining my life, instead just kind of, accepting it and, living with it and being able to, sit with fear and know that that doesn't, define my character and who I am. Mm-hmm. And it's just, kind of a part of me. I think that's the biggest thing for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
I'm in a similar place, doing a lot better, and it's because of a combination of being on antibiotics for a year and a half, because that's just what my treatment involves, and also getting IVIG infusions every single month, and also doing therapy as well. And I do exposure response prevention on myself, but I do internal family systems with a therapist, and that basically, it's similar to acceptance and commitment therapy. Mm-hmm. It's kind of breaking yourself down into parts, mm-hmm. and realizing that every part, including the OCD part, including the different parts of that OCD part, like the harm OCD, whatever it may be, is actually there to protect you, and it's actually very aligned with who you are. It's just misguided, and it feels the need to protect you in a way that actually unfortunately leads to compulsions, mm-hmm. and very, very debilitating thoughts, mm-hmm. And just debilitating symptoms and experiences. But it's not like that part is evil, it's it's a part of me, and I love that part, I love that part just as all of my other parts.
Yeah.
Because it's there to protect me, and I feel like it's really given me a much better relationship with myself. So
I love
yeah.
that.
That's so great.
That's so great. Kirk, if you had something to say to an 8-year-old, a 7-year-old out there that got OCD from Pandas, what would you say to them?
You're gonna be okay. I wish I could hug you right now, but someone out there cares about you. There's plenty of people out there who care about you, and what you're going through is incredibly hard, but it will make you stronger.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you both
Of
for
course.
changing, lives by doing what
Yeah.
you're doing
Well,
and
you
for
too.
being here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
And enjoy the conference.
Yeah.
And you're so pretty. Your eyes are, your eyes are so beautiful. Oh, thank you. And the way he
You're
looks
so
at you is so
beautiful.
Hey,
you're
you're
so
beautiful.
beautiful. We're a bunch of beautiful people. Quick break. We'll be right back. But first, a word from our sponsor.
The same distressing, unwanted thoughts keep playing over and over in your mind. The same rituals keep eating up your time, holding you back from enjoying your life. You've tried talk therapy before and spent session after session diving into those thoughts, trying to understand them, trying to fix them, but somehow they just get worse. And the shame piles on because you think, why isn't this working? What's wrong with me? If this sounds familiar, here's what you need to know. You are not the problem. You're experiencing something that a lot of people with OCD experience. Getting your life back is possible because OCD is highly treatable. It just requires a completely different approach than other mental health conditions. In fact, standard talk therapy often makes OCD worse because it encourages you to analyze those intrusive thoughts or try to replace them with positive ones. But with OCD, the more attention you give the thoughts, the stickier they become. That's where NoCD comes in. NoCD provides virtual therapy designed specifically for OCD. Every single one of their therapists is extensively trained in a type of therapy called ERP, or exposure and response prevention, which is the most effective treatment available for OCD. And they get their training from world-renowned OCD experts, so they truly understand what you're dealing with, even the stuff that feels impossible to say out loud. In live, face-to-face virtual sessions, your NoCD therapist will teach you how to take the power away from intrusive thoughts so you can live the life you want to live. In between sessions, you'll be able to message your therapist anytime, join dozens of live support groups, and continue your progress with other expert-developed therapy tools. NoCD is also covered by insurance for over 138 million Americans, and their team makes it really simple to get started. Visit nocd.com and book a free 15-minute call. That's nocd.com to learn more and talk to someone who can help, because you deserve treatment that actually works for OCD. And now, back to our show.
What's your name?
I'm Autumn.
Autumn. This is
Autumn,
Liam.
let's flip
I'm
this.
Alicia.
Flip that. Autumn, what are you doing here at the IOCDF conference?
I am celebrating my 30th birthday.
Happy birthday!
And I'm with all of my lovely OCD support group friends, representing, showing up, having fun.
Awesome. When did OCD first show up for you?
When I was about 6 years old.
Okay, before we hear that, do you have a confession?
Okay, my confession is that as an adult, on the dating apps, I will almost always run my text message responses through ChatGPT before I send them to make sure they're okay.
I like that one. I mean, you do that.
Only on Grindr.
And I run the guys' messages through ChatGPT and ask how interested they sound.
Oh my gosh. Do you get good responses from chat?
Sometimes.
Yeah, I feel like it's pretty biased though, right? It
Yeah.
tells you what you want to hear.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
have you ever tested one of those dates?
Yes.
And was ChatGPT right?
Maybe. It's a little hard to say, but
Hilarious.
Did chat ever make you change the text? You said, like, this is
Yes.
what I'm going to... Oh, really?
yeah, it'll be like, I wouldn't send that.
Really? Like, what was the thing that you sent?
I feel like probably something, if I was like upset or sad and I was like saying like, what you said like really hurt me or something, chat would be like, I wouldn't.
Oh,
Wow. Chat? I don't like that from chat. You know, say your piece. Say what you think. And so what would it change it to? It would say...
It would just be like, I'd omit that part.
Yeah, yeah.
Or it'll correct like how many emojis I want to use. It'll be like, I would use less.
Oh my God. So do you do this then once you've sent the text? Do you go back and read it many, many times to check what you sent? And did I somehow send a nude picture with that?
Absolutely, constantly. Or I worry that I'm going to take the screenshots on my phone of our conversation that I'm sending to chat and send it back to the person.
And they're going to know that you use chat?
And I did that once.
No, you didn't.
Once, I
Oh
did.
my God.
And I told him, I was like, I was holding my phone and the lock screen wasn't on. That was a mistake.
There's no chance he bought that.
I know, but I was like, I didn't
So
think of something.
after that, do you still now use chat?
I do. I still use it.
funny. Do you have a name for your chat?
I don't feel like she has a name. She's just like
She's just there. She's your girl.
chilling with me.
She's your wing woman.
Yes, we love it.
Funny.
I love that. Well, thank you for confessing with us today.
Yes, indeed.
You're definitely not alone with that. So
Yes.
we appreciate you opening up and sharing that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Excellent. And happy birthday, Autumn.
Thank you.
So next up in the confessional booth, we have
Crystal.
Crystal.
Yes.
Love it. What is your OCD confession?
So my OCD confession is when it was before I was diagnosed ever. I was sitting at our dinner table and we were eating fried chicken as a family, and I could not finish it because my OCD at the time was like, oh, if you get full, you're going to throw up because I have emetophobia. So it's emetophobia, OCD, eating disorder. It's a fun thing. But I was like, yeah, no, I can't eat all of this. And my parents were like, why not? I mean, you need to eat it. You're so tiny. I'm like, no, I can't. They're like, all right, you're going to stay here until you do. And I was like, bet, and stayed there the whole night until it was bedtime.
No.
Yeah.
So you didn't get your dessert?
No, I did not.
Rough.
But I was proving a point, but it was OCD proving a point.
Right, it was OCD, and your parents didn't know it at the time, obviously. They were just trying to teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
Okay, so do you still have emetophobia?
Oh, yeah. I'm actually speaking about emetophobia along with ARFID and OCD later in the conference.
Okay.
Yeah, but I've had it my entire life.
And how are you doing at the conference? Like eating the food here that's at the conference? Is that triggering you, or are you in a place where you can eat that and it's okay?
I'm in a place where I can eat that and it's okay. Yeah. Like there's actually a bagel that I have with salmon on it.
Oh my God, it's
Right
salmon.
here. It's been like maybe an hour or so that it's been like I've been chilling with it.
Okay, but it's smoked salmon,
I'm gonna,
so
yes.
it's
You
pretty
need
well
it.
cooked.
But I'm
through,
going
I
to eat
think.
it later, even though my brain is like, we'll see.
And if you get sick, you get sick.
Exactly.
What are you going to do?
Exactly. Roll over and die. No, I'm kidding.
Well, thank you for your confession.
Yes,
Thank you, Crystal.
Glad you guys are here.
Thank you.
We're back here in the OCD Confessional booth at the IOCDF conference, and we're joined by Odin. Odin, how old are you?
I'm 13.
13 years old. He's been kind of helping us out here. He kind of like helped you set up
He
a little
did.
bit yesterday.
He went on the hunt for a hammer for me.
Yeah, that's right. You got a hammer.
People here are so friendly. That's one of the things I like so much about this conference. We all are going through it together. So Odin, we wanted to ask you, what is your OCD confession?
Well, there was this one time when I was trying to get away with washing my hands because we did an exposure and I had to touch one of the things that was like super contaminated for me. And so what I had to do is I had to wash my hands for like a long time, but my therapist was right there. So I pointed at the wall because they still had the COVID thing up, and I was like, I have to wash my hands for 20 seconds because she was only giving me 2 seconds to wash my hands.
Oh, and you're like, hey, look.
I was
sign
like,
says.
The government
I was like,
says.
yeah, we have to wash our hands for 20 seconds.
What'd she say?
She said, oh no, here we do things differently.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, still, can you, just this one time? Yeah.
Is contamination OCD your biggest theme?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when did that first show up for you?
That first showed up around, I would say like maybe a year and a half ago, just when I was going into 6th grade.
Okay.
And how are you doing now? You're at this conference with thousands of people, lots of germs here, unfortunately.
Oh, yeah.
That's the reality. How are you doing?
I'm doing good, yeah. I think Rogers, my treatment, really helped. I tried a lot of other things. I tried therapy and stuff, which didn't really work. And Rogers really clicked for me.
What's
so.
that?
I don't know. I haven't heard of that.
It's Rogers Behavioral Health. It's a ERP.
Oh, got it.
Okay, so you're doing ERP, so you've got your exposures. I think I shook your hand yesterday.
I did, yeah.
How did that do?
That was okay, yeah.
Okay.
I'm doing a lot better actually, yeah. Most of my contamination is from school, so
Yeah.
school things, and I still need
Valid.
Yeah.
Do you ever use that to just get out of school because you're like, I don't want to go today? Hey, Mom, I think there's, you know.
I really, school, even though I don't like it sometimes, it's really important for me to have my education, and I'm thankful for that, so.
Yeah. Oh, what a great
Awesome.
answer. It's only because his mom is watching.
No, I would do that I would do that even if she isn't here.
What would you say to maybe another kid your age going through it?
I would say that, you know, it seems like a path that's never ending, and it really is.
it really is doable. You just need to stick with it and just trust the process and really just trust what the professionals and people who have done and completed their treatments and discharged, because everything's worth it in the end. Just being free, and even if it's super hard, it's just worth it being free from that trapped cage, I would say.
I know.
You were the best, man.
Make Liam.
What?
Are you tearing up?
A little bit.
Liam
It's not a big deal.
Liam doesn't cry. Can't get him to cry.
You look,
so you just
you look tearing up.
You got teary-eyed. That was incredible, Odin. Thank you so much for having
Yeah,
the courage to
thank
sit
you.
down with us today.
That was
awesome.
fun.
Have fun, buddy. We'll do a
Cool.
fist bump.
Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
We are so excited to sit down with Bree. Bree has been an amazing supporter of our Instagram page and following along since day one. We appreciate that. And we get to visit with her in person here today. So lovely meeting you.
You too. So excited.
Thank you for sitting down. We are going to jump right in. What's your confession?
Okay, so some of my OCD is around rule breaking, specifically breaking the law. And yesterday I went with a group to do the exposure by Pike Place, and we did the gum wall. And I may have been in my hotel room later Googling, is it actually legal to put gum on the gum wall?
Is it?
It is. We're completely good. It's completely legal. Technically vandalism, but they kind of turned a blind eye to it.
Wait, Bree, I have to tell you, the police are coming.
Don't do that to
through
her.
the lobby
Okay,
right
well, that would be,
already
that would be a
hard.
story. But yeah, Seattle kind of turns a blind eye to it. They're like, it's a tourist attraction, put all the gum you want. So it was fun.
Well,
It was
I can
a good
relate to that,
exposure.
Bree, because I have this fear that I committed a crime and someone's going to knock on my door and arrest me and put me in prison for the rest of my
Yep.
life. So that's
So
fun.
there's no law breaking, but yeah, it was fun. We all got to chew our piece of gum and put it on the gum wall. Not the most sanitary thing, but it was fun.
So did it make your contamination OCD go off, or do you not have
too much. I
contamination?
mean, it was gross. I don't really struggle with contamination too much, although I did just walking by, you kind of want to just
Yeah,
cringe
it's
a little
pretty
bit. But then when you look
You're
at
not
it,
taking a piece
yeah.
off the wall.
No, I would not. No, absolutely not. But
What if they made you do that? Some of the ERP stuff that
Yeah.
people I hear about is you wouldn't ever do that normally. So why are they forcing you?
I've seen someone eat a cookie off of a toilet seat.
Oh, they do the
Okay, but no one's doing that.
Well,
You
spoiler
gotta take it
alert,
to the limit, girl.
If you do the Road to Recovery tour, there's the toilet Tic Tac. Touch the toilet, eat a Tic Tac.
Yes.
I did that last year.
Ooh, that made my stomach turn.
Yeah,
Did you do okay?
yeah. I touched the toilet, and then they hand you a Tic Tac.
Is the
Yeah.
Tic Tac brown? Okay.
It's white.
Were a lot of people struggling with that one?
Some people were. We also had a cleaning person in the bathroom at the same time that this whole group comes in, so I'm sure they're
I
thinking,
actually don't think I would do that.
They're thinking, what in the world? These people are eating Tic Tacs in this bathroom.
Yeah,
What's
it's very
happening?
it's very weird. Would you do that?
I would if contamination OCD were
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
a
but
main
it-
theme for me, and it's really not.
But
Exactly, same.
But if I don't think contamination OCD is a thing for me and I still wouldn't do that, does that mean that it is a thing for me?
No, it just means that you're like, that's gross, and it is gross. It's objectively a gross thing to do. You don't need to push that limit because it's not a theme
yeah,
for you.
exactly. Yeah, same.
Got it. So it is
Yeah.
pushing the limit.
Yes, pushing the limits. Well, Bree, it's so nice to finally
Yeah,
see you
you
in
too.
person.
Yes,
Thank you for
I'm so
sharing
excited.
that.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Have fun here at the IOCDF
thank
conference.
you.
Next up in the confessional booth here in Seattle at the IOCDF conference is Jordan. Thanks so much for joining
Thank
us.
you, Jordan.
Hello, I'm excited.
Okay,
Enjoy.
what's your confession?
All right, so I was around 12 years old whenever I first can recall having an OCD thought. And it sounds really complex and interesting in my brain. And looking back, I think, yeah, that one was a little weird. My brain convinced me that any object in the middle of the road was a baby. And that if I were to see the object, like if it was a cardboard box or a bag or something like that, that there was a baby. It was actually a baby. It wasn't the object itself. And that I was going to have to take responsibility for this baby and then be a teen mom. And I recall so vividly, driving in the car and I'd see a box and like my first thought is like, that's a baby and you have to go check to make sure it's a baby. Because if it is a baby, you are going to be responsible.
Now a mom.
You're a mom now and you're 12.
So would you pull over and check?
Well, I would be in the car with like my family because I couldn't drive at 12, but I would try to convince my parents or my grandma or whoever I was with to kind of go back around. Like, oh, I saw something, can we go back? And it would cause me a lot of distress because I wouldn't know if it was actually a baby or not. And that progressed when I was actually driving to where I would go back around the block, and this had lingered for so long. I'm in my 30s now, and the last time that I had this thought, and I remember, I don't think that's a baby anymore, was like 2 months ago when I was driving and my husband's like, and I'm like, no, that's not a baby. I don't think that's a baby. But
Turns out it was actually a baby.
Yeah, this time it was a baby, for sure. No, but I know for myself, like it was interesting because that was so visceral, like a reaction in me. And I was like, I'm going to be a teen mom and I'm going to have to explain to everyone how I found this baby on the side of the road and it's my baby now.
Did something trigger that thought, like a movie or a show or something? Where did
I think the trigger actually came from this, like the value that I hold, which is that I have a lot of love to give and I knew I wanted to be a mom. And in the event that it was going to be an unconventional way of becoming a parent, I knew that I wanted to be a mother. And so I think that and being a parentified child and things like that, I just would assume responsibility for kiddos all the time and like kind of adopt them. And this was like my brain's like twisting and turning of that value that I hold, that I really, really care about loving people and taking care of people. So
what was like the weirdest thing that your brain convinced you was a baby? Like, was there like a banana peel or something? You're like, oh, that's a really little baby?
Most of the time, honestly, it was like cardboard boxes or a trash bag, or I grew up in the desert of California, a tumbleweed rolling across the road.
Yeah, the baby's
I'm like,
just
that's
rolling
a
across.
Baby rolling across the road.
Oh my gosh, our mind is wild how it plays tricks on us.
It's very creative. Absolutely.
I'm glad you
creative.
don't still have that.
Yes, me too.
Do you have any others that are showing up for you right now?
For me right now, so I am 15 months postpartum. And so I have a little one.
So you actually have a baby.
I have a baby now. He's wonderful, the light of my life. And it's not as like silly, but there's things like that he'll do that I am convinced is going to mean that he'll like turn out like me, which is not necessarily like a bad thing. I just would say like...
You're watching for the OCD in him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I do that all the time.
And like convincing myself that like little gestures that he's doing means that he will have OCD, or what if he's very expressive in his face, and so I'm like watching for tics and things. So like I'm convinced that like a little thing that he does is a tic, but that's not as like silly that my brain has been doing. But that's like the most recent.
Has he ever ended up in a tumbleweed rolling across the
Not
highway?
quite tumbleweeding, but honestly, he's an Aries baby, and he's gonna hold me on my toes, and I can just see it. He's climbing, running, jumping, all the things, and I'm like, you just learned how to walk.
Yeah. He is ERP for sure.
And he's had the same 2 teeth since he was 9 months old, and I've been convinced that he has no other teeth in his mouth.
Or he's going to be the only person that never
no teeth at all. And I'm like, he's just going to gum the rest of his life. Like he's going to be an old grandpa baby with no teeth. Yeah, so
oh gosh, that's
it's
funny.
So interesting what the brain can do.
It really is.
Yeah.
So now you're a therapist?
I am a therapist, yep. And I've been in mental health for over 10 years now, which is really crazy to say. And I do specialize in treating OCD and anxiety disorders.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Jordan, the world is lucky to have you. Have fun here at the IOCDF.
Thank you so much for what you do and for the platform to destigmatize OCD. I think it's great.
Thank you.
Yay, that was awesome. You were great. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the OCD Confessional. Be sure to follow this show so you get new episodes. You can subscribe to us on YouTube or find us on Instagram and TikTok at the OCD Confessional.